Good evening, my good people. Welcome to the Bliss Pickup Wednesday night edition. Hey, we got some good content for y'all today. Obviously, the first thing we're gonna talk about Jeff Hafley. He spoke about the mindset. He want mentally tough individuals for this team. Y'all know that's right up our alley. We love that. That's what we've been preaching the whole time since day one of this channel. So y'all know we're gonna get into that. Also, replacing Tyreek Hill and Waddle. Draft is over with. We already got, for the most part, all the free agents that we bringing in. Sully has already said that there aren't going to be any big name free agents that we're bringing in. So now we need to go down and figure out who's going to replace Tyreek Hill and Waddle this season, like with the way the roster is currently constructed. So before I do all that, my brother Lou, come on up here, my brother.
Toot, toot.
yo,
Hey, Tone, you said we talking about mindset today?
Hey, mindset, baby. We talk about mindset. Hold on, let's get right into it before. There we go. Yeah, hey, we talk about mindset.
I can't. Well, first of all, Tone, how you doing, dog? My bad.
Hey, I'm good, my brother. I'm doing very, very, very good.
Tone, I'm proud of you, man. You getting good at this. Your opening monologue, you said since day one on this channel, we've been preaching mindset.
These are facts.
And people have pushed back on me and you, Tone, talking about it's a culture the general manager creates, the coaching staff creates. And funny how the coach said he's looking for players with mindset.
That is a fact.
He didn't say nothing about he's looking for coaches with mindset. He said he's looking for the players to have that mindset. But I know two dudes, right? I know two guys, Tone, right? Now, again, don't mind me, Tone, but I know two of us, right?
Toot, toot.
But let's get into the show, Tone. My bad. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
if y'all don't know what we're talking about, obviously, Jeff Hafley, he did an interview he went on a podcast with Richard Sherman, and he was asking all kind of questions, from the team, the players, the mindset, and the thought process of getting rid of Tyreek Hill and Waddle, the type of players that he want. And Richard Sherman had pointed something out that he noticed with the type of players that they was bringing in, and he wanted Hafley to tell him, what was his mindset when it came to the type of players he wanted to bring in because of the team that he wanted to build. And lo and behold, he went into basically saying about what he's looking for, and it was all about the mindset. Now, I want a question. I'm going to ask you this question, Lou. Now I want a question, but I want to ask you this question. The first part about it, right, was the fact of how they come to the agreement of who they want to bring in. Let's talk about that part first, because he was saying, when do we get away from all the, Lou, you can hit that too, EPAs, pie charts, and the 40 time and how much weight they lift, and go back to watching film study and watching the guy, because he said, right, who were you surprised was there when you was picking? And he said Jacob Rodriguez.
Deadass, he said Jacob Rodriguez, yep.
You were surprised. And that's when Richard Sherman was like, hey, you put on a film, the film tells you he's going to be a great football player in the NFL. But again, he had to go, prove himself at the combine and things of that nature. Now, he wasn't what's his name, Sonny Styles, breaking records, but he performed to where they were like, oh, okay, he ran a 4.5. We thought he was a little slower than that. He could jump, he could do this. And now all of a sudden, he's the guy that he's already been proven on the film. Now, our mindset over here is, all I need for the combine to do for me is justify what I see on the film. I'm not using the combine to justify whether I should draft this guy or not. And that's what we say over here. So what's your thought process, your mindset when you heard him say from that standpoint? Sully said Hafley said, I tell him to give me the name. What he said, give me the numbers, give me how he performed, and I'm going to go based off my own mindset. What you think about him basically saying, I don't care about the numbers. I care about breaking it down on film.
Tone, we say it all the time, bro, right? That's why I troll a lot of people on Twitter with the EPAs and the pie charts and this, that, and the third. The fact of the matter is, bro, I'm gonna stay with the Jacob Rodriguez, the guy he brought up, right? Jacob Rodriguez is not the biggest linebacker that came out of. There's multiple linebackers. It's not only Sonny Stop. There are multiple that are bigger, multiple that are
Yes, Junior.
faster. Uh, Tone. He said he was surprised Jacob Rodriguez, and I'm glad you said what you said about what Sully said. Forget about the RAS scores and the measurables, and he's looking for the intangibles, right? Hafley sounds like he watches the blitz pickup. Because how we did our evaluation, it's on the film, right?
Facts.
You said it best. When the guys get to the combine, does that combine product, what we see at the Senior Bowl combine, does it match what the tape at Texas Tech shows? And the tape at Texas Tech for Jacob Rodriguez, Tone, yeah, he's not the biggest, he's not the fastest. You know what he is? He's a football player, though. He's a dog. You know what you're going to get for him. So from that standpoint, Tone, when you ask the question, what do I think? Again, I salute Hafley in that aspect. Because he had, from that, again, I'm not talking about his coach. I don't know, Tone, if Hafley can coach.
Yes.
What I do know so far about Hafley is that mindset that I loved about Brian Flores, right? That's the mindset Hafley has. At least that's what it appears. Now, when you start going to training camp, Tone, I'll start asking you certain things or what you see. But so far, so good. Listen, on the microphone, Hafley is an A. He's an A+. He don't miss. When he gets in front of that microphone and interview, he's swinging for the fences. He's hitting home runs, right? But I love his approach, Tone. It's not only about the numbers and Tone, we talk about it all the time, right? About analytics ruining the game.
Yes.
It looks like this regime, I got to give them credit. Tone, and I killed them. But I got to give them credit for one thing. They see the game the way I see it. RAS scores and EPAs and all that stuff, yeah, it matters. But it's not the end-all, be-all in the evaluation. And that's what I took away from what Hafley said the most. It's not only that. I gotta see what you can do for me. I gotta see you do it. And from that approach, Tone, maybe I was a little long-winded, but nah, bro, I absolutely salute because that's the way I see it. And I think that's the way you see the game as well, Tone.
Right. That's the way we see it over here. When we hear about EPAs and RAS scores, okay, cool. When it come down to what how I'm going to make my decision, and what it seemed like what Hafley said, it seemed like when they bring him the RAS scores, this is Hafley's response.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
You don't care about the RAS score. Cool. What you say all the time, Lou? When you talk, that's cute. Okay, cool. That little rascal is cute. But dude, what if how they perform it at the combine? Did it show up on film? Because before you get to this combine, I already see how you perform against actual competition. Not a controlled environment, not something that you train to do your best at, that everyone should be successful at because you trained to do this. You understand me? Does that 4.5, 4.3, 4.2, whatever you ran, doesn't show up on camera. There's a saying that we say, everyone that watch sport, that even participated in sport, that understands sports. Football speed. Y'all remember one of the great, maybe the greatest, in most people books, the greatest wide receiver, I think that shouldn't be debated, Jerry Rice. The man ran a 4.6. You know what? Hafley is like, that's cute. I see him scoring touchdowns. Has anyone broken his single season touchdown record yet, Lou? I'm just trying to figure this out. I don't think so. Oh, no, I think, Randy Moss broke it. I'm sorry. Randy Moss may have broke it. But that guy ran a 4.6, and Jerry Rice broke all the records. Damn near all of the records. Y'all got it, Rashard. He's not the fastest guy. Wasn't the tallest guy. But he understood how to play football. He understood how to get open. You understand how to get off man press. You understand how to beat zones. That's all I need. You understand me? So for them to have that mindset and that mentality, good, because that's what we're all about over here. Mentality. Man, I don't care how fast you run. If that don't benefit me when you get on that field. Because you know what? Just being the fastest guy doesn't mean that you're good at what you do, because that means you could be it's quicker for you to get out of position. It's quicker for you to over pursue. It's quicker for you to get in someone, run the wrong route. You understand? You could just get to the wrong place faster or quicker. We got to look at it from that standpoint. Do you have it up here in between the ears, the ears, the mental capacity? Do you have that to be a great player? Someone brought it up earlier, which I couldn't agree more. If you can download and diagnose a play quicker than anyone else, that helps you from not running a 4-3, but you're going to be in position because you already diagnosed where you need to be in a split second. That's why you see these people that understand what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
What they're saying, he just always seemed to be in the right place.
In the right place in the right time. You know who was like that, Tone? Andrew Van Ginkel.
Exactly.
AVG was like that. Zach Thomas was like that. Jacob Rodriguez. He's like Luke Kuechly, right? Not the biggest guys, not the fastest guys, but instinctual, right? Again, the guys that can, Tone, what you're saying is, Zach Thomas was beating you before you snapped the ball. He knew what he was looking for. So it was easy for him to get in that spot. That's why you've seen him shooting the gaps and hitting the hole. Look at Jacob Rodriguez. Tone, I brought up the fact that Jacob Rodriguez is a little small. He's going to, that he might have some trouble in the league if a lineman gets to the second level and gets at him and stuff. But to your point, I'm listening to you now. Well, maybe not, because he's so instinctual. Maybe he beats that offensive lineman to the second level. And he's already there, and he a quick move, a spin, get around, sweep of the arm, whatever to make the play. That's what you're talking about, Tone. And again, you can't grade that on RAS scores, bro.
You cannot.
You can't grade that on 40 times. That has to be evaluated on film, what your eyes show you. So I think you're spot on, Tone, with that assessment. I couldn't agree more, bro.
Right, and he said he clearly said and stated, "Hey, I can't judge how a player is going to perform on a 30-minute 30 visit." He said this. I can't judge that on a 15, 20 minutes that I spend with them at the combines or at the Senior Bowl. He said, I can't judge it on that. He said, but what I can judge you on, now this is the part that brought it home to me, Lou, was on watching your film. Shout out to Coach Mo. We see you, my boy. Watching it on the film. He said, I want to see how you react when you make a bad play, when you miss. How hard are you playing? Right? In the fourth quarter, when you're tired, exhausted, and you want to give up. How hard are you playing then? Are you giving it your all? Are you giving 120% even at the end of the game when it's tough to do it? When it's all mental? That's what he said. He said, it's up here. You got to be mentally tough to still be giving your all in the fourth quarter, especially if you're down. You say, what if you're down big? Are you still playing the toughest? Are you still giving 100%? What if you're up? Are you being lackadaisical? These are all the things that he said he looked for on the film, because you could see it on the film. You know what they say, the bird in the sky don't lie. See, you could catch all that. He say, are you the type that clap or hold your head down when you do something wrong? Or you give up a big play? Or are you the type to learn from that and on to the next play? These are all the context clues that he's looking for when he's breaking down film, because the film has the whole story. Oh, yeah, see, he gave that play up. He was pissed off, but he didn't get rattled. He maintained his composure. Those are the things that he said he was looking for, which are, again, Lou, don't that sound like the stuff that we said we be looking for when we break down film? When we go look at potential prospects that we want to bring to our team?
1,000%.
That's how we look at it. And you just said it. I think you couldn't put it even better. I mean, no better than what you have said. He watch it like how we watch it. What? At least from the mindset standpoint. Oh, now you understand that. And hopefully it shows up and it translates to the field. Because what we say, Lou, and now I'll let you jump in right there. When they get on the field, coach's hands is tied then. It's all on y'all now. Once I get on the field, I can't do nothing for you. I can give you the plays. You have to go and execute. If the guy is out there bullying you, I can't go out there and fight your battle for you. You have to go out there and fight your battle. So, you understand me? So, what are your thoughts about that part, about him saying, listen, man, I go to the film. How I decide whether I'm going to bring a guy in, the film tell me. The rash and all that is cute. But that film is how I really get the mental capacity of the player that we want to bring in.
Yeah, and listen, maybe I have to step back, Tone, and look at some of the players. Like I've been killing the wide receiver, Caleb Douglas. I've been killing Kaz Merritt. But when I look at it, maybe it does fit what they're trying to do, right? So, yeah, it might not be my guy, but maybe Caleb Douglas comes in with the right mindset. He comes in with that Hafley hot mindset. Who am I to say that it don't work? Or Kaz Merritt, it don't work. I'll say this, Tone. I agree with, again, the assessment of film is the end-all, be-all, and I like that approach from Hafley. I love what you said, though, because that's the point I always try to make. And people want to say, well, you're defending this guy or you try to defend. No, right is right, wrong is wrong. If Hafley gives you the tools, and by all accounts, he's a great teacher, leader of men, obviously, this, that, and the third. But in them third quarters, fourth quarter, that sun in Hard Rock Stadium beaming down, it's 105 degrees, you sweating your ass off, and a man is, let's say, in front of you, dominating you. What is Hafley supposed to do there? That's on you, my brother. We gave you the tools. We brought you in. We've coached you up. Tone, you bring it up all the time, what Hafley said. Don't tell me how great you want to be, and then when the adversity hits, then you fold. That's what he said. He told them players that. He said, no, I want that mindset. If you want to be great, show me you want to be great. And again, bro, listen, this is the right approach from the coach. Now, he has to hold everybody to that standard. The question I have, Tone, are the guys going to buy in? Because we've seen this approach before. That's my issue. We've seen that approach before. And we've seen that there's certain people still in that front office that has sided with, we've seen them side with players before.
Yes.
So the question I have for you, Tone, do you think this new regime or some not the new regime, the people that have stayed the same in the organization, do you think they have learned by their ways and they will let these guys, if this is the approach that Hafley and Sully has taken, right? Do you think the organization steps out of the way and says, listen, we messed it up the first time. We're not messing it up this time. We're going to let these guys fail or succeed, but we're going to let them do their vision of what this football team, because that's the biggest question for me. I don't have no questions, no more, Tone, on Hafley and Sully. I have a question of, first, are the players going to buy in? And second, is the organization going to let these two gentlemen do their job?
We can only hope so. And with that being said, you said something too, Lou, that if we continue to listen and if we see or we feel like it's going down the right path, a lot of things that's been said are starting to resonate with me and you. Now, you just asked if I feel like as if they're going to get out the way. I hope so. Because we want the football guys making the football decision. We want the guys that you brought in to do a job, to do their job. So if they get punished or if we have to hold them accountable for something, it's because of everything that you did. And you are the decision maker. So I'm holding you accountable for the choices you made, not something that, oh, I had to run this by the collective and, I wanted to go in this direction, but they told me to pump my brakes. No, I don't want to hear that. No, that this was your choice. Now, Lou, you said this. I've said this. If as a GM, you wanted, let's stick to you first. You wanted John Harbaugh because from day one, he coming in here, hey, yo, I'm running this show. If y'all want to hire me, we
Facts.
need to do it my way.
Facts.
I don't want to hear nothing, and you trust that, right? Why do you trust that? Because we've seen him coach.
We've seen him do it before.
In Baltimore, he's won.
Yep.
He's a Super Bowl winning championship coach.
Absolutely.
So he has, what you say, the cachet to come in and do that. And that is one of the main reasons why you wanted John Harbaugh to come in here, because you know he was going to be capable of looking him in the eye and say, "Nah, I'm running this." Now, Sully, he wasn't our first choice. Wasn't our first choice. Wasn't our second. He wasn't even on our radar. Let's be real. Hafley wasn't our first, second, third choice. Wasn't even on our radar. But Lou, let's just shift a little bit. Change direction and shift to Sully. When he walked in that building, and in the buildings, and he's asked questions, didn't he make that plain? With all due respect, Ross, this is my decision. This is what we asked. It might not be what we asked. Absolutely. It might not be from the guys that we initially asked for. It may not be the coach or the GM that we was asking for. But they are doing the things that we have been asking of our front office and our head coaches. Now, talk is cheap. We got to keep reiterating that part. Talk is cheap. But there's no way you can backpedal, and shout out to my brother because he already admitted this. You can backpedal from your statements because we have you out in the public saying this. They asking you directly. Troy Aikman, with all due respect, he's welcome in the room, but this is my decision. I don't even know if he's coming in there, but he's welcome. John Eric Sullivan, when it comes down to it, with all due respect, not John, Stephen Ross. Sully said, with all due respect, he's the owner, but this is my decision. These are my players, my picks. I'm going to make the choice. Everyone going to have input, but it's going to be my final say-so. Now we can hold them accountable. So from that standpoint, do we have anything to complain? Like, so far, so good. Can we have to call a spade and give credit when credit is due. Am I right? Or am I wrong about
No,
this?
no. You're absolutely right, bro. Again, Tone, I get it on a day-to-day basis. Oh, Lewis got his sandals on. He got his flip-flops on. No, it's called evaluation. To your point, I didn't want these two guys. They weren't my first choice. They weren't my second choice. But every time I've heard them talk, whatever I came out and said, no, they hitting home runs. They doing their thing. I gave Sully the ultimate respect with everything you said when he said about Troy Aikman and the owner for that matter. He said, no, these are my decisions, right? So, again, from that standpoint, now you got it. To your point, they got to show us. They got to show us that they can do it. But so far, so good. They talking the right game. I have no complaints of the job that Sully and Hafley are doing. They're talking the right game. The only reason I posed the question, Tone, and I pose it the different way now, because from that standpoint, right, I think you answered one of my questions. Yeah, Sully's going to be accountable. Hafley's going to be accountable. I believe those two gentlemen are going to stand on their word. Now, the owner, though, right, as much as I defend Stephen Ross and some of the moves he makes and how he moves and stuff, again, I think he's a great owner. I just think sometimes he gets in his way, and some of the people that are consider his right-hand mans and stuff, then maybe they give him some wrong advice from time to time. So I'll pose a question to you like this, Tone. The last coach that we had come in here with this same mindset, and players now started complaining about maybe it was too rough, too mean, this, that, and the third. The organization sided with those players. They gave in, right?
Yes.
From that standpoint, because I don't think Sully goes and caves in. I don't think Hafley caves in, Tone. But if a player walks into Daddy Ross's office behind the scenes and starts coming and complaining, do you think the front office moves or again, do they, hey, I got fooled once with the other one. I'm not going to let you guys do it to these guys. Do you think they stand on their word, Tone? From the Rosses and the Garfinkels and hell, even the Brendan Shores. Do you think those guys, again, put me and you. You're Hafley, I'm Sully. Tone and Lewis now are standing on their word.
Yeah.
But they get that knock on the door, Daddy Ross, and now Tone and Lewis ain't in that building when the players are talking to Daddy Ross. And they crying and screaming. You think Daddy Ross, goes back on his word?
So I think we can only hope so. And that's what we're hoping, right? But I think, Sully Hafley will have a big part on whether or not he do it with relative ease. And what I mean by that, if you come in here and you have what they deem to be success, and they see the turnaround, they have no choice but to trust you because they see the what this is a results based league. So if they send the results, there's no need for them to step in or try to correct nothing. Because remember the same question that I asked for Good, I was like, well, when did they stop trusting him? You know what I'm saying? Because before, like he had free reigns, and then all of a sudden they stopped trusting him. Again, things that I think are put in place. While I think Sully and Hafley will have more of an advantage, is first, you said it the first time, they have experience. That guy over there that you said wasn't a good coach, he was right about everything he said about this team. Too soft and Tua wasn't ready. They could say that. The guy in Troy Aikman, Troy Aikman is a football guy. Troy Aikman understands everything isn't going to go perfect, but you need to trust in the process because he's been there and done that. He has a close relationship with Tom Garfinkel. So he could be the one like, no. You have to let this go. Let them do their thing because now he's a legal advisor to them.
Hey, Tone, real quick, I ain't trying to cut you off, but I'm going to do what you do. Salute to Niner. We got more people coming in. Niner, Mystic, Fred, Coach Mo, Cookie Monster, Nene in the building. I just wanted to salute everybody. Steve is also in the building. I'm going to do like Tony tells y'all. Like and subscribe, 20 in the building. You know what I'm saying? Help the channel grow, this, that, and the third. And we salute everybody for coming in. Tone, I didn't want to cut you off. I just wanted to salute all the new people coming in and tell them to like and subscribe.
Mr. Billy Bass and Miami Talk Show. Y'all too. We see y'all. Hit that
Big
like,
Philly.
subscribe.
Yep. Everybody.
So yeah, Lou. They have two reasons for us to. I'm not gonna predict that they are, but for us to have hope that they would, and that is learning from their mistakes. And Sully and Hafley already have them been proven wrong by a football guy, right? Like, you might disagree with it, but you hired me to do a job, so let me do my job. Because if all of the reports are true, right, Lou? Think about it. Tua, he was right on Tua. He also won Jordan Love. Where did his friend that's GM and our head coach come from? Green Bay, who took Jordan Love. They at least got playoff wins. I'm just saying. So that's Jordan Love, Tristan Wirfs. And that's who we wanted, Tristan Wirfs, right? He wanted Tristan Wirfs at 6.
My bad. True Fin fan, we see you in here. My bad. My bad, dog.
True Fin fan was good. I didn't see him. Maybe I seen him up there asking questions, but yeah. So Tristan Wirfs, right? Wirfs, however you say his name, All Pro, right and left tackle. Brian Flores wanted that guy as well. Now, it's, conflicting stories. I don't know if some people say he wanted Justin Jefferson. Some people said he wanted to get Jonathan Taylor. Those 3 players that was linked to who Brian Flores wanted. Can you give me how Jordan Love? Pretty good in the league now, right? Pretty good. Not great so far.
Not great.
You know what I'm saying?
Not great,
but I would say in that last playoff game though, you know what I'm saying? That defense let him down. That man had 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in that game.
That's a fact.
You get what I'm saying? But however, okay, cool. Jonathan Taylor, Justin Jefferson, Tristan Wirfs, you ain't going wrong with those 2. Anyway, you say those are top players in their position, respectfully. So they have all that at their disposal is saying, well, if you just listen to the football guy, these are the players that you would have had, and this is the type of success you could have potentially had. So don't make the same mistake twice. And you guess what? You didn't become a billionaire by making the same mistake twice. You haven't. You learn from your mistakes. These are facts. So that's why I'm saying that possibly they should. So the first part is, Sully, all you have to do is have to show that this is heading in the right direction, and he has shown the capacity to stay out the way. He have. All you got to do is prove that he was right with them picking you. So yeah, Luke, to answer your question, I'm not 100% confident, but based on history, I would say yes, I believe they would. just get out the way and let them do their job. I think the only time they should come in there and talk is when they're ready to move on from them. Right? Because think about it. What's good of having someone as a GM or a head coach if you have to tell them what to do?
That's a fact.
Learn from that. If you felt like you had to hinder Chris Greer with the decision that he's been making and you disagree and like, oh, no, wait, hold on. Let's run this by Ross. If you feel you had to babysit him, you see what you end up firing that guy. Let's not do that again. You know the right move is to move on. So, yeah, Lou. So to me, that's if you had to ask me, I would say I believe he would. You understand? And but it's up to Hafley and Sully to do the right thing. Because what was said, Lou, let's be honest, what was said. One thing I'm gonna tell y'all, you would not fail. I mean, if you fail, it won't be because you don't have the financial backing behind you. He told them that from the get-go.
That is what was said.
Let me know what y'all need, and I'm gonna provide it for y'all. So now I'll throw the same question back at you, Lou. Do you
Tom,
feel like they can step back?
Before you ask that question, though, I just want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Right? This is the show where I'm just gonna be asking you mad questions. Because there was a topic today in the Twitter space about your minions and my minions, right? And I just want to know, is this one of your minions? Salute Tony H. But what?
I said salute to him because you ain't saying his name.
I didn't say you didn't say salute. I'm saying, where's my salute? Here's what I'm saying. What is Tony up here doing the show by the damn self? That's what I'm saying? So I just want to know, Tony, is that one of your minions, or I can't even get a hello or nothing?
That is a Blitz pickup representative, and we appreciate him for being over here showing his support. He's a supporter. Shout out to my brother. You know what I'm saying? But
so I thought Billy Batson. Damn, dog. I thought we were better than that, dog.
There you go, my brother. Coach Mo, shout out to you. Know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Hey.
Oh, wait. Hold on. There we go. Bingo. Let's see. They here with you.
Oh, okay. We outside. We outside, baby.
You feel me?
Let's go, baby.
Look at they here. They here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the chat.
Shout out to the chat, man.
Oh, hey, but what I'm gonna say, but yeah. So the question right back at you: do you feel like they'll step back and just let them do their job?
Tone, I think you made a very good point at the end about it's on Sully and
Mr. Billy Batson say there you go, Luke.
Absolutely. Salute to you, Billy Batson. I know we go to war sometimes, but that again, faithful listener, so we appreciate you over here. I'll say to your point, Tone, I think you were spot on when you said about Hafley and Sully. It's on them. If they're doing their right things and they're holding up to their end of the bargain and to their standard, I think the organization will side and back with them. I also think, again, that's why I posed the question with the other past regime and the other coach. I think they learned from their mistakes, because what you said was that other coach, whether people at the time realized it or not, in hindsight now, when we go back at it, he was right. And the organization has to take a step back and be like, hey, man, maybe we did mess that up. So, Tone, I think your last point about if Sully and Hafley are doing their job, I think the organization will back them. Plus, I also think that the organization has kind of learned their ways a little bit. And again, maybe I'm putting too much blind faith in them. But at this point, I would say, you fool me once, shame on me. If you fool me twice, it's shame on you. Or maybe I said that wrong. Everybody knows.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Well, Tone, I got that. You know, I'm on that thing right now.
Oh, so, yeah. We know. You dealing with some issues. I got you.
Yeah,
you're a little medicated right now.
Yeah. But you know what I mean. So from that standpoint, listen, I think the organization, they'll learn their lesson. I think you made a very good point, though, Tone. It's really on Hafley and Sully. Get the job done. If you do your job and you hold everybody to the same standard, I think the organization will back you in that standpoint.
Now, you know what? I need to get my good old brother. His name's Shotgun Suge. He's a battle rapper. When I want to do these type of, transition, he got a saying that he do. He say random, and he just say some completely off topic. So this is gonna be a random topic because I see this going around, and we spoke a little bit about it. Well, to the reasoning, we spoke about it in Monday's episode, but here today again, like Lou, you brought some to my attention about there's some questions about whether Stephen Ross wants to win, or is the Miami Dolphins still a priority to Stephen Ross? Now I want to address that real quick before we just get into, go further into the mental mindsets and talk about Waddle or replacing Waddle. For anyone to question that, I think you're being disingenuous about how you watch this team and what you have watched Stephen Ross do for this team, right? Priority. See, when you say priority, that means is a high importance, right? And I guess they think it should be the first, the only. I don't know what their definition of priority is, right? But when you do everything within your power to make sure that said priority, right, is run well against everything that it needs to be successful, I think that's considered being prioritized, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, absolutely. No, you're
Now,
right.
priority doesn't mean only, though. I just want to, right? That doesn't mean only. It doesn't even mean primary. It's just priority. All right, you say get your priorities in straight. Priority. Which one is more important? Now, I seen in question people trying to say Formula One and Miami Open. They feel like he prioritized that over the Miami Dolphins. I just will have a question. I don't think so. I will answer that question. Is Miami Dolphin a priority? Yes, I would say yes. Now, do I feel like he choose Formula One and Miami Open over the Dolphins? My answer would be no. So I will retort and ask them a question and say, well, now let me ask you a question. Why do you feel like those two are more prioritized than the Miami Dolphins? And I would love to hear answers. Because if you think just because he's the owner of the Dolphins, he shouldn't still have interest in making money and continue to be a billionaire, I would like to know why as well. Right? Because I do believe the money that he received from Formula One and the U.S. Open helped him pay for, that stadium that he spent $500 million out of his own pocket to renovate. I think it helps him pay for that lawnmower company that he bought, landscaping company, that he purchased so they could replace the field immediately and not have to wait for the NFL to do it. Now, I'm just trying to figure this out. Is that prioritizing it or not? Going in your own pocket to do that.
Tone, you made a great, I don't want to take, I just want you to, are you going to say what you said
about the players?
About what you said in the space?
Yeah, about
the certain players?
Yeah, the certain players, like, for instance, to pay.
My bad. Go ahead, take off. Do your thing. My bad.
Pay Tua and Tyreek to go away, that come out of his pocket. That's not the NFL money. Just so y'all know. Again, to pay, to give these extensions, right? You do know, okay, I'm going to adjust your contract and push it down the line. Listen to what I'm telling you. Push it down the line in the cap. But that money that they get as signing bonuses comes out of his pocket. So when he's doing these things to give these coaches and GMs more leeway and flexibility on that cap, he has to come out of his pocket to do that. So name me a coach, a owner that does it the way he does it. Because there isn't another owner that does it to the level that Stephen Ross does it. It isn't. And you have a bunch of, GMs, not GM owners that are tight pocket that players always complain. Listen, Cincinnati, they've been complaining for years. Cleveland, they complaining. Kansas City, they are not paying their players. Y'all see what they did to Trent McDuffie? Bye-bye. Y'all see what they did to Jerry Sneed? Bye-bye. Like, let's keep it a buck.
Y'all seen what they seen no Tyreek Hill.
Now I said, I thought I said him first. I'm sorry. Tyreek Hill. Get him out of here. Outside of Patrick Mahomes, who have they paid like that? I'll wait. I'm just saying. So what I want y'all to understand is, just because he hasn't been quote unquote good at what he's been doing, doesn't mean he doesn't prioritize it. See, that's the difference. Priorities, it doesn't say that you're going to get it right. Priorities means you just prioritize it and say, man, I need this to, by any means necessary, whatever you need, I'm going to be there to give you what you need to be successful. That's prioritizing. Now, did he prioritize the wrong people? Maybe.
Maybe.
Ahead.
No, I just wanted to echo your point, Tone. See, this is what I say about people sometimes picking and choosing. Everybody loves Hafley and Sully, right? That's what everybody says. Yeah. You pointed it out earlier in the show, Tone. What did Sully say in his introductory press conference? Stephen Ross told me that if I fail, it's because we just failed. It won't be because of lack of resources. Hafley and Sully said what both attracted them to the Dolphins is that flexibility from the ownership. The resources that they would be given. Is that not what they said, Tone?
Yep.
Does that sound like an owner or people that don't want to work with a guy that is not invested in their team?
Not to me. Don't sound like it.
Okay, all right. I was just checking, but go ahead, continue.
That's what I'm saying. I just want to point that out because I hear people asking the question. I'm like, cool. See, but then I'll rebuttal too as well. Name me an owner that isn't trying to make money. Now, let me give y'all a little nugget. See, word around town is, a lot of people behind closed doors is, there's a couple other owners that's trying to figure out how to do what Ross is doing. See, y'all not privy to that kind of stuff. There are owners asking how they can do exactly what Ross is doing with his stadium for themselves. See, he's the innovator of this. Because he didn't just get into and purchase. No, he bought the land that stadium is on. Bought the land so I could do as I please. So all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, don't tell me if the Dolphins are priority, whether or not the Dolphins are priority when he's put his money where his mouth is. Now, don't we like that saying? Put your money where your mouth is.
1,000%.
I'm just trying to figure this out. So if he's putting his money where his mouth is, where's there to complain? Now, I will complain, hey, listen, man, you haven't been doing a great job with, the choices that you made. I think choosing the team, like you said earlier, Lou, choosing a team over Brian Flores, I don't think that was a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Having to handcuff Stephen Ross. Christopher Greer. Christopher Aloysius Greer, so they could get the name correctly. Having to handcuff him and babysit, basically, I don't think that was the right idea. That wasn't the right thing to do. If you got to babysit him, why do you have him as your GM? Those were bad decisions. But how many of y'all could blame him for not trying?
The man tried to cheat, Tone.
I was just going to say, thank you, Lou. Say that part again, Lou.
The man. So the man's not invested in the team, Tone, but he was willing to cheat to win. Now, what are we talking about? And Tone, you talking about owners and stuff. You highlighted the Cincinnati Bengals, the Cleveland Brown owner that are notoriously cheap around the league. New Orleans, another owner, cheap, right? You know what's crazy? That everybody got in the upward where this whole thing started, Tone, was the Super Bowl, right? Oh, Miami is out of contention now for the Super Bowl. I just want to ask. Now, we all know there's rumors about how the league, they hate the rest of the owners, they hate Stephen Ross for whatever reason. Yes. You know who else owns their stadium, Tone? Who? One of the biggest cuts and shield for the NFL, Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes,
he owns his owner. Tone, when he holds boxing events, that he puts 100,000 fans in that stadium to watch boxing events. Does the NFL make any of that money?
Nope.
Is the Dallas Cowboys out of Super Bowl contention?
Yep.
See what I'm saying? But no one brings that up. Why is it only Stephen Ross? Has anyone ever said Jerry Jones don't want to win?
Nope.
Why are they bringing up the question with Stephen Ross? Just because you don't like him. See, this is the feeling base, right? Oh, Stephen Ross is the only owner that outside of the Dolphins can't make money, but all these other owners across the league. Here, I live in Tampa, Tone. Taylor Swift was just here a couple months ago, did a 3-day concert here in Tampa Bay. 3 sold-out shows in the stadium. That's not football.
Nope.
I didn't see not one shoulder pad. I didn't see one helmet. My wife is getting ready to go see Usher and Chris Brown in Tampa Stadium when they come. They playing football. I just want to know, is Usher and Chris Brown playing football, Tom?
Nope.
Are the Glazers making money?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess the Glazers. I guess every other owner that makes money outside of the NFL. They don't care about their teams. That's what people are trying to tell me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I just don't believe it.
So what I would say is, and let's just talk from a fan standpoint. I'm sorry, people. This NFL trying to handcuff and bully people to get new stadiums and upgrades. That only thing that do is raise the prices for the fans because they want to what? Get more money out of us fans. I think Stephen Ross telling them, hey, yeah, man, y'all can take that and shove it. Sorry. Now, why would I prioritize maybe a Super Bowl once every 4 or 5, maybe 8 years when I could bring in that money once a year? I don't need you. Shout out to what's his name? Oh, God doggone. Tobin. You know what I'm saying? I always give credit. I'm not a person that takes. Shout out to Tobin. He said something that I resonated with very well. He said, this is Miami. We don't run behind you and try to get events to come here. It's the other way around. Y'all come run behind Miami to bring y'all events down here. So yes, Ruffs have the luxury of saying, this ain't Cleveland. This isn't Kansas City. This isn't Tennessee. These aren't those places, Indiana. These aren't no places to where the Super Bowl is a huge spectacle like none other, and you won't see nothing like this for some time. No, Miami has U.S. Open. I mean the Miami Open. They have Formula One. They got the World Cup multiple times. Rolling Loud multiple times every year. Rolling Loud here every year. Don't miss. Matter of fact, Rolling Loud is here twice a year at minimum. These are global. Now, Formula One, that's a global sport. Global. World Cup, that's a global sport. Super Bowl, even though us over here in the United States like to make it seem like it's the biggest spectacle, it is a huge spectacle like none other, but in the United States. See, World Cup is more global than that. The reach is way, way larger than just the NFL. So, yeah, no, he don't have to be handcuffed and raise the price on us as fans because they want you to do all of these upgrades and things of that nature. Now, I would like for y'all to understand, they walked around and they only complaining about the U.S. Open, the Miami Open and that Formula One that racetrack, because they say, oh, it's not up to par to accommodate for the parking. Man, please. For every parking that you lost at Formula One, they added 2 to 3 lots outside of the stadium.
They just held the national championship game 6 months ago, Tone, in Miami. How did they accommodate all that parking?
Exactly. And that's all I'm saying. They had events. They had conventions. I'm just saying we got to keep it.
And everybody counting, and it's no shot at you, Nene, because I don't want you to think it's just you. But everybody counting Stephen Ross's pocket. All those events, Tone, those 4 days of F1, right? The U.S. Open, the soccer tournaments, right? The FIFA, the World Cups and stuff that are coming. All those global events. Tone, people are so worried about Ross's pockets, right? What about the city? Is the city making money? Because I know you in the city.
Yes, sir.
So when them events happening, is people renting hotels?
Yeah.
Are people eating at restaurants?
Yeah.
How about the little mom and pop shops? Are people stepping in there?
Yes.
The local convenience stores, all the stuff that you need, the necessity of you down there in Miami for a week, 2 weeks, living the life and going to events. You putting money back in the city, right?
Yes, sir.
So it's not only Stephen Ross making money. Well, why don't never people talk about that aspect?
Yeah. And this is just based on him prioritizing the Dolphins. You know, nothing that he's done has took away his focus or took away how much he prioritized the Dolphins. Nothing. You don't hear no complaints from the players. Again, the facilities. I said this earlier. I repeat it here. When they told him, if you want players to stay here in the offseason and not leave and continue to put in work, even when the building is closed down, well, the season is over with, you need top of the line training facilities. He paid for that out of his pocket. Matter of fact, he built the facility. Hold on. I didn't even say this part. He built the facility. Miami Dolphins didn't have a training facility before Ross got here. Y'all do know that, right? Are y'all aware of that? They used to train at Nova. That's what they did. Tell me, how much money is he getting returned for that training facility?
Not a damn thing.
Not a dollar. And then he got up to state of the art weight rooms and facilities. He did that. They said, well, you know what? You also have to have state of the art shelves. He did that as well. Sound like someone is prioritizing the Miami Dolphins.
What about him knowing that the Miami Hurricanes play on that same field on Saturday, so he went and bought his own grass, his own turf, so he could interchange so the Dolphins can play on fresh turf every Sunday? What about that?
Shout out to the Jamaica for Zion. Get them likes up. Listen, 29 of y'all in the building, please hit the likes. I know it's 20 y'all in the building, 29, I'm sorry. We should at least be at 29 likes, but it should be more because we know y'all come in and y'all go out, y'all come in and go out. It's been going to 29, down to 24, 29, so we should have like, all we ask y'all to do is hit the like button, hit the subscribe. This help the channel grow. It costs $0 to hit the like and the subscribe button. $0. You know what I'm saying? So y'all make sure y'all subscribe, man. Just subscribe to the channel. Another thing is, and that's all I wanted to say. I know that was supposed to be a brief intermission, but I just had to point that out. Listen, we're in the off season, big people. We got all the time to talk about sports and that, this is sport related. But these are the times where we get to speak on these type of topics because I think they need to be addressed. And you can have your own opinion. It's nothing wrong with that. But it's us over here to say, well, let's speak the facts. Let's speak of what has actually happened, and then just present your argument and see, if you can understand where I'm coming from, and can I understand where you guys are coming from. Right? So that's all I'm saying. When we talking about, I'm just talking about his mentality and him prioritizing the Dolphins. So just to his dedication to the Miami Dolphins as a franchise. No, I pointed everything out just to say he used all that still to put more money and invest into the Miami Dolphins. I'm sorry. Those people wanted Malik Willis. He had to pay people extra money to make that happen. Y'all do know that, right? That money he gave Aaron Brewer, Achan, and I forgot one more person. The money he gave them to reconstruct their contract out of his pocket was so this team, this GM and his head coach could go get the quarterback that they wanted. He could have easily said, nah, we in the cap hell. We could do this next year. No, he didn't. He said, oh, I promise you it wasn't going to be financial. The reason you fail. You need that? Okay, figure it out. Hey, Brandon Shure, y'all know that's my guy. Brandon Shure, go figure those numbers out. Tell me what I got to do. Hey, Ross, well, you going to have to pay these two guys here out of their pocket, extend this person here, and boom, now you got the money. So that cap, that's just a number that you can't go over. And you spread the number out. But that cash need to be paid right now. What's that commercial? The commercial, Lou? It's my money and I need it now. I know y'all saw that commercial. Yeah. When he give them signing bonus, that's what they need, that money now.
That's a fact.
So yeah, I think that's prioritizing. But listen, man, I just my spiel. Lou, I don't know if you had anything else to add to that, before we move on.
Oh, no, I'm good.
All right, bet. So listen, we was talking, well, a lot of us was talking about the draft, and Lou, I think you said JG Wentworth. Thank you, Coach Mo. A lot of us talk about the draft and the Caleb Douglas. Caleb Douglas became another major topic over and over all around the Dolphins community. All around the Dolphins community, which is, I guess they feel like it was a reach, whatever you want to say. Now, Lou, you did bring up a great point that hey, we got a first and a fifth for him, and we did trade that first, and
we traded
and
up, and we traded that third.
Yeah, we traded up to get Chris Johnson, and we traded a third in order to go get Chris Johnson, and then in the third, we essentially the first quarterback. I mean, the first wide receiver we took was Caleb Douglas. To you, and I'm talking about this year, replacing Waddle, for you to feel like it's a success, and I'm just talking about this year, not further down the line or whatever. Do you need to see these three guys? You see these three gentlemen that I put up there. How much do you need to see from these guys for you to be like, okay, I'm cool with that going forward?
I just want to make sure. So those three guys up there are Caleb Douglas. Who are the other two?
Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson.
I mean, not Chris Johnson. I'm sorry, Chris Bell.
Chris Bell, and who's the third?
And Coleman.
Kevin Coleman.
Kevin Coleman. Yep. There you go. Yes.
Okay, so I'll start with Caleb Douglas because I like how you said it there. Virtually, the first receiver you took to replace Jalen Waddle was Caleb Douglas. Now, Tone, this is where I might lose. I think I've been doing a pretty good job with the minions today. This is probably where I lose some of the minions. Tone, you by chance, and I don't know if it would be hard for you to bring that up. You want to give everybody Jalen Waddle's numbers as a rookie?
Jalen Waddle?
Yeah.
I'll put him up for you real quick.
I appreciate that. While Tone's bringing it up, I could be wrong. I believe Jalen Waddle he broke the single season record as a rookie for receptions.
Yes.
And had 1,000 yards.
Yeah, I got him. He broke this for the rookies with 104 receptions. He did with 1,015 yards, 6 touchdowns that year.
Caleb Douglas needs to break the record of at least 104. He needs to get you 1,015 yards and 6 touchdowns. And that would just because you asked for his rookie season. Well, that's what we got for the guy we traded a first and a third away for. That's what he did his rookie season. And mind you, Tone, he did that with a bad head coach in Brian Flores that everybody said, a bad general manager in Chris Greer that everybody said, and a horrible quarterback in Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's what everybody said. That's what that man did his rookie season. So Caleb Douglas can't do it with a better general manager, a better head coach, and a better quarterback? You didn't ask me, Tone, moving forward. You asked me his rookie season, correct?
Yeah, but
that's what he needs to do. So I'll stop there.
What about as a collaborative, though?
Okay, as a collaborative, the problem I have with Chris Bell, even though I do think he's going to be at training camp, Tone, and you'll have a better view than anybody to tell us kind of what's going on, maybe if he's doing team drills or he's by himself. I think Chris Bell starts the season on the PUP list, though. Yes, so I think the first time you see Chris Bell would be at least week 5. That's the earliest you'll see him, in my opinion. So what is my expectation for Chris Bell this season? Again, coming off that injury, and if you listen to those guys, Tone, Sully even said the plan is to kind of slow play it a little bit, right? I think they look at Chris Bell as a future investment with tremendous upside. I kind of agree with that assessment. Yeah. So I don't know what my expectation. I would be a little bit more lenient on Chris Bell. And then Kevin Coleman, again, this season, if we're just talking about this season, I don't know what Kevin Coleman gets us. Because I know what Dave was saying earlier before, right? Like Kevin Coleman could be Malik Washington or Taj Washington's replacement, but he's not going to replace him this season. Because I think Taj Washington might be out, but I think Malik's making this team for sure. And I'm sorry, if you ask me right now, where we're talking today, Tone, I think Jalen Tolbert is on the field before him. Tutu Atwell is on the field before him. Caleb Douglas is on the field before him. Chris Bell, when he comes back, I think he would get on the field before him. And I also think Malik Willis will get on the field before he does. So at best, what are we talking about? The 6th wide receiver on the depth chart? And again, that's just me. I could be wrong. But I don't think he's starting this season over those guys. So again, I think for me, Caleb Douglas, I gave you Waddle's numbers. I think that's where he should be. And the other two guys, I really don't know what we get from them this season, Tone, to be honest with you.
Okay. I mean, I'm not mad at that. Now, me, I'm not going to quantify it by numbers. Like I'm just not because um Waddle, we picked him fifth overall, right? Or sixth.
I believe sixth overall.
You pick up, so Tua was fifth. So we picked Waddle. Waddle was the sixth overall pick. Now, Caleb Douglas is a third round pick. And I get that. I understand, Now, if I would say this, they have a whole completely different receiving room. We lost Tyreek as well. With the Kelvin Coleman, see, you name a lot of people that I don't think he's going to be in competition with. He's going to be a slot guy. He's going to be at Y. He's not going to be at X or Z.
So you think it's Malik Willis or Malik Washington, right?
Malik Washington, more like that role. And also, he brings you the return aspect. That's what they said. You understand?
Don't Malik Washington bring you that?
Malik Washington, he does, but I'm saying he can put, now if he go in there and take that position, that's what I'm saying. That is his competition. So he's not worried about, he's not worried about the Theo Weeses of the world. He's not worried about the maybe Malik Washington. I mean, maybe Taj Washington too, but Taj play outside though. He don't even play inside.
Is Tutu more of an inside or outside?
Tutu gonna be in the inside. I think Tutu gonna be in the inside. So those are gonna be his two people that he's fighting to get potential playing time with. Now, Caleb Douglas, I think Caleb Douglas is going to he's going to get starting snaps because he plays outside. Right now, we have no X. Unless you want to call Tolbert. With Tolbert, I think is more fit to play Z. He wide receiver number 2. Wide receiver 2 is at best. He's a wide receiver 3. So I think Caleb Douglas is going to give you the opportunity to give you some production. Let me understand how I would say for me, it's not. I'm not going to quantify it. I'm going to say if we out there and we establish a dominant run game and he's blocking like Waddle aren't going to give you. He's not going to give you that. We know that for the most part. He's not going to block you. You got to bring in some guys to help you block. We know this. He gives me a decent, year in receptions and receiving. And he helped this team be successful. And as a whole, the offense is running and humming. I'm be cool with that. Because what I would trade collective success over individual success, if you get my drift. Now, if that offense look like it's running at a high level, and we seeing that ball getting distributed all over the field, it's not forcing the ball to Achane because he's the only weapon out the backfield, and now you're becoming and developing someone that needs to be respected, as in we can't just overlook you. I'm cool with that too. So this season, I'm not going to quantify with the amount of numbers that I want from him, but I do want quality reps and I do want quality production. I don't want, and when I say quality production, I mean, I want your production to come when the game is still at hand or help us win games. I don't want when the game is away, now you get a bunch of empty stacks. We call those empty calories. See, that is what I'm going to look at because I'm not expecting him, and it's good. You're right from that mindset to expect that. I'm not expecting a third round guy to give me the production of a first round guy, number 6 overall. Now,
but see, this is where for me, and again, I'm not trying to cut you off, Tone, but a fifth round guy in Puka Nacua is giving you first round talent. He's giving you first round production. So when we say, oh well, we can't, he was the Puka Nacua was a fifth round pick.
Okay, yeah.
And he's giving you first round production. See, at that point, Tone, it doesn't matter where, bro. At the end of the day, Caleb Douglas he replaced Jalen Waddle. I don't care where they picked him. You replaced him with Caleb Douglas. So from that mindset, like so Chris Bell, we shouldn't expect him to give us none because he was a third round pick.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Well, that's what people are saying in the chat. People are saying I can't compare because it's a fifth round or first round talent and he was a third. What does that matter? Amon-Ra St. Brown gives you first round production. He was a fifth round guy.
But if the offense is not predicated on prioritizing wide receivers, then I can't blame him for that either. Because if they want to go more of a run heavy look, then I can't be mad at him for doing his job. If that comes with more team success, I'm cool with that. And I'm also going to add in a caveat. They replaced Waddle, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got 2 picks. You ready?
Right.
So you got to add Chris Johnson into that too. So Chris Johnson and Caleb Douglas turn out to be pivotal to the success of this team. And I'm talking about this year alone. I'm not going forward. Okay, cool. We could talk about going forward, but right now I just want to focus on this year. If both of them contribute, we major contributors to the success of the Dolphins, and we go out and let's say we win somehow, somewhere we get between the 9 and 10 wins.
Okay.
Somehow make the playoff. I'm cool with that. You know, and even if he only give me 700 yards, and let's say he give me 5 touchdowns.
And Tone, I'm with you too because I'm a Dolphin fan, right?
Yeah.
But that's what we always talk about, right? So I'm with you. They get 9, 10 wins. They squeak in the playoffs. Hell, they even win a game. I'm good with any production he gives us. Now, Tone, I'm just going to ask you though. Let's go to reverse. If they win 4 games and he gives you 500 yards and 2 touchdowns, you okay with that?
No.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to be. I'm just trying to find what because I know you say you didn't want to qualify it with numbers. I get it, right? Maybe I went overboard with the numbers with Waddle. I'm just saying we always go to what happens if it's 9 or 10 games. And again, I agree. As a Dolphin fan, 700 yards, 5 touchdowns, the Dolphins win 9 games. I'm good. But don't tell me with a 3rd-round receiver when there's other receivers in the league, 4th, 5th, 6th rounders, giving you that kind of production. And the Dolphins win 5 games this season, and I look up and our 3rd-round receiver now got 450 yards, 500 yards. No, I'm not going to be acceptable of that. That's just me, though, as a fan.
Well, then I'll say this then, and I'll rebut it with this. If we're going to be honest, they didn't replace a rookie Jalen Waddle. They replaced a 5th-year Jalen Waddle that gave you only 900 yards.
I agree with that as well.
So, like I said, so that's what I'm saying. So if you give me 800 yards, let me go. I'm gonna look at. He had 6 touchdowns that season. I'm not gonna say. I'm cool with that. You get what I'm saying? And even
I see you. Yeah.
Even in a losing season, because that's who you replace him for. You didn't replace him for the Waddle that was giving you 1,003 3 consecutive 1,000 yard seasons. You're replacing a dude that's coming off 700 and 900 respectfully. That's the guy that you're replacing him for. Because last year I pulled it up now. He had 64 receptions for 910 yards. You know, that's who you're replacing. And the year before that, he had 58 receptions for 744 yards. And for all I want to say, he played 15 games in 2024 and 16 games last year.
How many games did his starting quarterback play?
Yeah, that's a little different. All of them last year. Hold on. Last year, all of them until he got benched.
Okay, so he missed the last 4 or 5?
I think he started 3 games, right?
Oh, it might have been 3. And the year before that, 2 of them played 11 games, right?
Yes, he did. He played 11 games.
Okay, so that would affect the numbers. And also,
what about in 2023? Well, in 2023, he gave you 72 touchdowns, 1,014 yards, and only 4 touchdowns.
Yeah,
Tua played that whole season.
The touchdowns, Tone, for me is where Waddle really messed up. He wasn't a touchdown maker like that. But those 2 seasons, again, bro, you can't argue with 1,400 yards. That's production.
Well, he never gave you 1,400 yards, though.
That one, what was it? What was his yardage when
1,356.
Okay, 1,400. I'm rounding up.
Okay. I get what you're saying. All right.
You know what I'm saying? 1,356, almost 1,400, and that's a year
that he had 8 touchdowns that year.
And Tyreek had 1,700 yards.
Yeah,
that same season.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you a question though. But if let's say he only give you 700 yards, but he give you 8 touchdowns.
Again, you know what? I got to be fair. Screw the yardage, Tone. At that point, touchdowns is what winning games. Points, that's what matters. I'm with you. I'm with you when you're right.
Okay, so no, that's what I'm saying. What I want to do, I want to be more realistic. We have to say, okay, cool, yeah, Waddle did this, and that, but that's not the guy who we replaced, right? We didn't replace that Waddle. We replaced this Waddle. This is what he gave us in this season. So that's who they were moving on from. You got to take into consideration the age. You get what I'm saying? The utilization, things of that nature, and blocking. We all know Waddle is not a blocker. For the most part, they was taking them off the field when on rundowns, so it was a dead giveaway. I think Caleb Douglas, you don't. Well, I know for a fact you're not doing that with Caleb Douglas, but we do. I think we both can agree that we do need some type of production, and this is not the reason why I say let's focus on this season, because I know what people gonna say. Oh, he's a third round wide receiver. They could develop him. I'm sorry. Nah, we move off of Waddle this year, not next year. So we need to replace him this year and not next year. Now, I will say this now, Lou. If Tutu or any of those guys break out, Tolbert or any other break out, I'm not gonna lie, I'm satisfied with that too.
Absolutely.
I'm satisfied with that too. Like they didn't, they brought in a guy from a draft standpoint, just to develop and give you maybe let's say wide receiver numbers. But if you get number one wide receiver numbers out of any of these guys, I'm all with that. Now we do understand, and I know people are gonna say, well, go look at the wide receivers in Green Bay, and they typically don't have those type of numbers. That's all fine and done. We're not in Green Bay, we're in Miami. But those teams that was built like that, they was going to playoffs and winning playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. So if you distribute it evenly across the board, I'm fine with that too. But it better come with playoff appearances and some playoff victories. At least one for me to be cool with that. Listen, I'm past the point of, excuse me. Let's give it some time to develop. No, this is a year-to-year basis. I'm going to evaluate you year to year. I'm not going to say, well, let's revisit this 3 years down the line. No. He's playing this year. Let me see what he gives me this year. Because, listen, they get paid this year. They are. Games are getting played this year. They are. You're expected to contribute this year. You are. So yes, I'm going to keep that same energy. There's no, let's give him a pass. No, there isn't no passes because the NFL aren't giving no one no pass.
That's
the Patriots ain't give
Drake made no pass.
Drake made no pass.
Mm-hmm.
That team was bad, but he wasn't. And you see the turnaround when they gave him a cake schedule. He at least proved to you, you're not going to put a bunch of cupcakes in front of me and think I'm not going to compete.
Yeah. That's a fact.
So, so I'll take it from that standpoint, and it is what it is. Last but not least, Lou, I wanted to take a full circle moment and go back to mental toughness, right? I think Hafley. Remember we were like, Sully, you said everything. Okay, we tired of hearing you now. It's Hafley time. Hafley take over.
It's Hafley time. Absolutely.
Now Hafley came in. He said all of these things about what he's looking for and how he's, trying to build this team. I wanted to say this for last because you said it, Lou, but I was trying to okay, I'm not going to elaborate on that. He put major emphasis on bringing in players to establish this culture.
Mm.
Let me repeat that. He put a major emphasis on bringing in players. Lou, that was your cue.
Two.
There you go. I would say, dang, Lou, that was your cue.
My bad. I was a little late, Tom. My bad.
To establish this culture. So every last one of y'all that was out here trying to fight against us, talking about coaches establish culture, you have a coach out here. And I'm so glad, right? They asked both of them. I forgot to mention this. They asked both of them who's more important to establish the culture, the players or the coaches. And both of them said players.
Mm.
Both of them said, well, you have to have the players to establish the culture because they're the ones that's out there. The GM and the head coach said that. So I'm sorry. So I wasn't going, we wasn't going to end the show without tooting our own horns and saying the coaches and now the GM are sounding exactly how we were been sounding the whole time with it's players that establish culture. I can do only so much. That's why he said, I'm going to see. Don't tell me that you want to be the best. Show me when you get out there in that practice field and then you're tired and I'm pushing you to your brink and you still giving your 100. Give me 120%. You got to show me that. Because when you get on that field, guess who going to, when everybody, if anyone lacking and start slacking and aren't giving you 100%, I need you out there telling them, hey, what you doing? I need you on the sideline. Say, hey, yo, I'm out there with you, my brother. I kept my lane integrity, and my brother, you just lollygagging, and now all my hard work went for nothing because you out there lollygagging, and you gave him a cutback lane, or I'm blocking this man down here, but you tipping through the hole. See, we need players to establish that kind of community, that culture, and mentality. So I just wanted to let everybody know. Your thoughts on that?
Oh no! Listen, I ain't got no thoughts on that because you absolutely killed that segment. What do you want me to do? I thought we didn't like echo chambers around here because I'm gonna say the same thing you said. I ain't got nothing to say on that. I will say, you know what I say, Tom? I agree. I agree with that assessment.
Yeah. So I just want, and I just wanted to for the record, it's okay to have opinions. It's okay to disagree. It is. It's 100% okay with that. And I would never tell anyone how to fan. I would never tell anyone how to watch or view the game or how, enjoy your time rooting for your team. I wouldn't. We're all fans of the same team. I would say this, though. I will hope. See, I know for my brother here, that the reason that we're giving our standpoints and saying what we think is for the betterment of the team. And we say, okay, no, that player isn't good enough. That player, he's trash. That player, we don't like the performances that he's given us. We're saying that because we want our team to be better. All right? I just want y'all to just keep that in mind when you have us over here telling y'all, man, no, that guy ain't good. He's not cutting it. He's not good enough. And we're not here saying, oh man, I understand, he dropped 4 passes that game. But God dog, man, what about those other 3 that he caught? Can we just focus on that? No. Because 2 of those 4 passes were potential first downs, and we needed those. And we lost the game because there was one with a potential touchdown, and we lost the game by 3 points. So when we come out here and say, nah, man, he didn't do good enough for me. He didn't put a maximum effort for me. I don't like that. I prefer we move off of this guy because I didn't understand his performance. That's not us being negative. That's us holding them to a standard and held them people, at least from our standpoint, from a fan standpoint, accountable. Nah, man, I'm not just supposed to like you because you put on a Dolphin jersey. I'm going to like you because you gave me 100% in that Dolphin jersey. Because you're doing what you're supposed to do in that Dolphin jersey. Because you've been very productive in that Dolphin jersey. Being a great teammate. Having the right mindset. That's why I'm going to like you as a player. Because you representing that Dolphin jersey the way I approve of. Not just because you put the jersey on. I'm sorry. That's not how I fan. Because I'm a Miami Dolphin fan. When those players take that jersey off, Devon Achane wear number 28. When Devon Achane either retire or leave this team, that 28 still going to be here. It's just going to have a different name in the back of it. A different name.
hey, man. Nene, let it go, dog.
Standards and accountability sound like I know you mean sound like the military, but I get you, Nene.
Nene, let it go, dog.
I'm giving them push-ups. All I'm saying is just look at it from that standpoint. And listen, we're not here to tell y'all how to fan, but what we are here is to present y'all a different outlook, maybe a different way of looking at things. Because I know there's a lot of people in this fan base that says, "Oh man, why you got to be so negative? Why we can't focus on the X's and O's, and why we can't focus?" He said 28 is getting retired. Relax, crazy Billy Bastard. But yeah, people like, why you got to be critical of the players? Because I think that's how you get better. Constructive criticism, that's a great teacher. Players get better by being criticized. Will you always pat them on the back? What a motivation to get better?
They become complacent when you pat them on the back and you tell them how great they are all the time. They get complacent. They stop putting in all the work that's making them great. So to your point, Tone, yeah, tough love is sometimes, well, it's needed.
It's needed.
Right? Sometimes me and Tone, and as my brother, we'll have tough conversations. We're better for it though. It is what it is. We have tough conversations with a lot of people on a day-to-day basis. We make them people better for it too.
Hell, we just had a tough conversation last episode about, you know what I'm saying, expectations for special teams and
Absolutely.
what you call it, a skill set. We went at it. I saw we were going back and forth. But I wasn't gonna just sit here and say, "Yeah, you cool with it?" No, bro. I think you're looking at that wrong. I think our team will be more successful this way. And he like, "Nah, Tone, where our team will be more successful that way." I think that give us more value. But it's all in the same context of making the Dolphins better. Yeah. You know, see what I do, a lot of people know I like to lean towards history and go based off what historically happens and how do teams succeed historically. Go look at dynasties. Go look at Super Bowl champions. Go look at the champion winners at champion franchise in general. Teams that win championships, guess what? Every single last one of them could tell you stories about tough love. Could tell you stories about accountability being held. Could tell you stories about coaches or players or leaders finding ways to keep the edge, finding ways to keep a chip on your shoulder, finding ways to make sure you don't get complacent, like Lewis just said. I'm telling you, history taught me that. History is the best teacher. Tough practices, fights in the locker room, arguments on what's the best way to do things. Why are you doing it this way? I don't understand that. How come you doing this? Oh, this is to make you better. So just keep that in mind when y'all trying to figure out why people are doing what they're doing. Is it to make the team better? That's how I look at it. If you always telling somebody they doing good, then when are they gonna get better? Because if you tell me, yeah, you good, that's perfect. You telling me I don't need to do nothing else. I'm good at what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
No, you always need something. This is sports, people. The mentality in sports is way different from anything else. Sports, you should always find something that you can get better at. Something that you did that you can improve upon. If you blow a team out by 50 like we did, there was a lot of things that we could have corrected. Why did we give up 20 points? How could we get that down to 10? You understand me? Why we didn't score 77? Did we have turnovers in that game? Did you fumble? Penalty. Did we have any penalties? See, those are the things that championship teams, those are the mentality that they have. That's why I loved it when Hafley said, "Oh, whether we're up large or we're down large, I want to see if you're still competing at a high level at 100 or 120%, even at the end of the game, because that tells me your mindset and your character." Love that part about it. But listen, man, it's still 20 of y'all in the building, man. Hit the like button. Hit the like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Help us get to that 900 and, help the channel grow. Push this out in the algorithm, man. Push us out in that algorithm. Lou, go ahead, Lou.
Kelvin and S. Jackson salute. I see Kelvin and S. Jackson in there as well. Now, Tone, yeah, I think Jamaica from Zion. Oh, that's not him. That's the homie Jamaica from Zion. Salute.
Yeah.
Now, Tone, real quick, because we getting to the end of the show, and I've been waiting on this all day, because I knew, right? You see, everybody knows I've been going through some things, this, that, and the third, and I expect a lot of jokes, a lot of keying from a lot of people, right, Tone?
Mm-hmm.
But what I didn't expect was it coming from my brother, right? My brother was taking these little jabs and cheap shots at me today. So I just got a question for you, Tone.
Yes, sir.
So on the bottom of the screen, right, you got 3 pass catchers, right?
Yes, sir.
Now you think you slick?
I know what you're gonna say.
Now, Tone, you think you slick?
I already know what you're gonna say. I already know.
Why? So you don't want to ask me my expectations for Kazmarek?
Kazmarek.
Hey, Tone, I'm just is Kazmarek not a pass catcher, Tone?
Technically, he is. Yes, sir.
Okay, so Tone, I just want to hear my brother's opinion, right? What is your expectations, right? For Will Kazmarek as a pass catcher this season, Tone. Go ahead. Hey, everybody, the 21 minions, Tone, are waiting for your evaluation. Go ahead.
Oh, gosh. Listen, man. Boy, I tell you. I'll say this, man. I expect Kazmarek to be the elite blocker that he is. And and I expect him to prove all the naysayers and the haters wrong when y'all doubt his receiving capability. Listen, I'm gonna say this right now, man. If my dog do what I expect him to do, I'm expecting around about 400 yards receiving for him. I think I'll take that from a rookie tight end. Give me about 3-4 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? I see y'all laughing, man. Special teams ace is crazy, Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster, special teams ace. Hey, man, listen. Kazmarek is going to be one of the pivotal pieces to this team and ushering in a dominant, opposed to your will type of offense on the league. I'm telling y'all right now, he's going to be a major contributing factor to the turnaround of the mentality and the psyche of this team and the outlook of how teams view the Miami Dolphins. Watch what I tell you. The soft narrative, it stops with Kazmarek. I'm telling you, that's my expectations of my dog Kazmarek, man.
It stops with the guy he didn't even put on the bottom of the screen. Yeah. It starts with him. Boy, hey, I told y'all, hey, Tone is a professional, y'all. Tone is a professional.
Hey, they gonna have to feel him. He don't want to be seen. He want to be felt.
Okay, I feel you. Yeah. Clean that up. Yeah.
He about the action. He's all about that action, boss. That's what he is. He's an end zone pro. Yes, sir. Matter of fact, he gonna turn into an end zone, a red zone threat. I see a Game Boy. Yeah, I cleaned that up. Hey, listen, 25 of y'all in the building. Listen, like, subscribe. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe. Listen, it's free. The like button is free. Subscribe is free, but it do help us. As y'all can see, listen, we come out here and give y'all this content. We don't get paid for this. Now we get monetized. We do eventually get paid for it. He said I'm selling wolf tickets. But listen, we do this for the love. And all we doing is for y'all to show us y'all love and appreciation. If you notice, we never ask for money. We never ask for anything. I don't, if it was about that, and Lou could say that, can attest to this, I could have really went above and beyond to monetize the channel, because technically we can't monetize. But we'll just wait till we hit that 1,000, man. We'll get it that way. So we just, man, listen, y'all help the channel grow. Help us, get to that 1,000 and we all in. He say, hey, man. But listen, appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all if you haven't subscribed, hit it on the way out. If you haven't hit that like button, hit the like button on the way out, and make sure you turn the notification on all, because I know we get a lot of people say, hey, I didn't get the notification, because you have to turn it off, turn it on all. Click that bell, boom, put it up, click it to all, and then you're gonna see. yeah, it automatically have you in that. I forgot the one to start you off with, but you have to turn the notification, which is that bell, and hit it to all. Appreciate y'all, Lou. If you got anything else before we get up out of here,
No, I ain't got none. Listen, before I end this show, I'll say I appreciate all 22 that are still in here, the 30 that pulled up to watch, and eventually everybody that will come to the replay. We all know you guys got lives as well. So, but we see the numbers. Y'all be coming through. Y'all be pulling up, and we appreciate that. Y'all
salute,
know
Cookie
when y'all
Monster.
come over here, salute the Cookie Monster as well. Absolutely. I'll say this, man. When y'all come over here, especially when you get the boys up here, right? And shout out to Insanity. Hey, that's our sister. We
Shout
love her.
out to our
But
sister for sure.
but you already know when you get the boys in here, it's going to be a banger. You already know. There's going to be debates. There's going to be conversation. I seen a lot of people in here saying there was great conversation today. I would agree with that assessment. With that being said, it's been the Wednesday episode of the Bliss Pickup. I do say this. Appreciate everybody. I see y'all in the chat. Get well, eluded. Your boy will be back, man. Just going through some things, but salute to everybody that's reached out, Twitter Spaces, and on here. We'll see y'all Friday, man. Hey, Tone, are we excited? Friday when we come up here,
Yeah,
it's rookie training camp. We got
rookie
finally
training
the
camp.
boys are on the field, right? So we'll have some things to talk about. Like and subscribe if you're new. Tell a friend to tell a friend. The road to 900, 1,000, and many more years to come of this great content. Hey, Game Boy, keep giving them that work, man. Y'all know what to do in the chat.
Peace out, y'all.